we have that map here. So we know this is an A. Okay, first one done. All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of Blueprints. Today we're doing a little bit of a special episode where we work through the journal and we make sure that we haven't missed too much. Well, I'm sure we'll still miss a bunch of stuff, but since we rushed through the entire mansion last time, I want to make sure we at least try to figure out a couple of the things that I just ran past. So let's get started. The first thing I want to figure out is the date that we arrived on. I know that the last episode we opened this time safe and we inputted the 13th of November. And I don't actually remember which day it was last time. Let's quickly go check. That was day 7. So we finished day 7. So what happens if we just subtract 7 from here? We would get to 6th. So did we arrive on the 6th? No, 6th was probably the first day, but we arrived the night before. Where do I have the dates here? We arrived Friday night, and I think that might have been the 5th of November. Let's quickly think about it. So the 7th day was the 13th. So 6th November, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we arrived on the 6th of November. That doesn't make any sense. So they chatted after we arrived? What? So we arrived on the 6th. Oh, they chatted on the first day that the game started. I was just about to say, how can they chat on the 7th if the game starts on the 6th? Because in theory, you can get to the security room on the first day, right? So you can actually see them chatting before the 7th. But that's not actually true because you can't play on the 6th because that's the night you arrived. The first day you play is the 7th. And that's the day they are chatting. Okay, so 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. That would be correct. Okay, we arrived on the 6th. And if you want to figure out at any point in time what date it is, we just do arrival date, which is the 6th plus day number. So the next day we're going to play is going to be the 8th day. So 6 plus 8 is going to be 14. So it's going to be the 14th of November. Then Red Prince, yeah, during cutting, I realized a bit more about the red-blue situation. So the Red Prince, he thinks red is the ultimate truth, but as we have learned from the security room note in between the lines, that red is actually always a lie, unless it's written by hand, right? So we know that the Red Prince is trapped in believing that the lies are the truth. And therefore he also won't look at the sky because it's blue. And yeah, then in Courtney's letter, she wrote something like crimson curtains covering the sky. Let's quickly look at that actually. In fact, in that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land, I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and... Yeah, so what she means by that, right, where the crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, so the crimson is red, so red is a lie, so she sees curtains as lies which cover the blue sky, and the blue sky is the truth. So she dreams of that time when the lies will be pulled back. Also, what I just noticed now is that here it actually says, where is it? Dear Uncle, right? So Courtney, so Sinclair is actually okay, we don't actually know if this is directed towards Sinclair, but I'm assuming that means Courtney. So Sinclair is also the uncle of Courtney, so Courtney is our cousin, I'm assuming. Because what really confused me last time was that, so our dad referred to Sinclair as uncle, right? And if you talk to your child and you tell them, oh, we're going to visit uncle, right? You're referring to the uncle of the child. You're not referring to the uncle of yourself, right? I think. So I really do believe that Sinclair is our uncle, and he's also the uncle of Courtney, probably then. Okay, so we talked about this. Yeah, next I want to have a look at the family tree again. I really struggled like doing this properly during the episode because I also didn't want to waste too much time. So this is what it looked like at the end of last episode. Okay, so I rearranged this a little bit. I added Courtney here on the same level as me because me as well as Courtney have Sinclair as their uncle, which makes me believe that we're the same generation. And we know that we have a dad and a mother, and that those two are married, right? Or they were. Because they have, well, yeah, we know they're married. Like the names, I'm not too exactly sure about the last name. And we know that Sinclair is the sibling of either the mother or the dad, right? Now we also know that there must be someone that is Courtney's parent, and that is a sibling of Sinclair. Well, that's not actually, Sinclair should be lower. Doesn't make a lot of sense. All right. So these are our parents. They're probably married, I'm not sure. One of them has Sinclair as their sibling. We also know that Courtney has a parent. This could also be our mother or our dad, which means Courtney would be our sister or half-sister. And that whoever her parent is also a sibling of Sinclair. Okay, let's go look at the archives again to see if we can extract more info from there. So Marigold is the niece and closest living relation of Baron Sinclair. Niece. That doesn't make any sense. So if Mary is the niece, a daughter of one's brother or sister. Dude, this is fucking ridiculous. I don't know why this is so difficult for me. Okay, so she's not actually related to Sinclair. I mean, that was also 85, right? So I'm assuming, okay, that's another thought I had. I'm assuming, I'm going to change my assumption about how old the protagonist is, because the protagonist, us, we were driven to this place by our dad, and we were packing in the garage while our dad was writing the letters. So that means we still live at home. So I'm assuming we're not really much older than 20, if even 20. So I would say, based on that we are probably more like 16 to 18. Right? Let's say this plays today, let's say 2025. That would mean that we were born around 2010. Maybe a bit earlier. Let's assume that our parents were approximately 30 when we were born. That means that they are born in 1980. Right? Let's say we are approximately 16. Family facts. Family assumptions. We were born. Today is the year 2025. I have no idea. That means we were born approximately at 2010 or 9. Our parents gave birth to us when they were 30. I don't know, seems realistic. Our parents were born in 1979. Okay, so that gives us an idea. If they were born in 1979, and this was a newspaper article from 85, that means our parents would have been 6 years old at this point. But this Marigold is definitely older. Now, could she already have been successful? Like she's at least 16 here. That means she would be born in the year 69, and she would have been 40 when she gave birth to us. It's possible. Possible. unlikely though, so I don't think this is our mother. I don't think Marigold is our mother. Niece and nephew. Yeah, nephew is the opposite. So we are Sinclair's nephew, right? I don't get it. So you're telling me that Mary... Oh. Wait. I'm an idiot. Because this was written in 85. So she's the closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair back in 85. But that doesn't mean that new people could have been born. Potentially, my parents were born after this. My assumption is that my parents were born in 79, but what if they're actually born 6 years later, in 85 or a bit later even? That means they would have had me at the age of 24, which is possible, definitely. And that means the newspaper article would be right about her being the last closest living relation, but then new ones would be born. I have no idea. So Courtney and Mary are both nieces of Sinclair. And we are all cousins. No? So we know that Mary had a son that she read the book to, but we know it cannot be us because she's our cousin. You can't be the son of your cousin, right? No. Wait, but if she's the niece of Sinclair, and why she was already alive in 85, so she's way older than me. Like in here, she's at least, she looks like 25 here. I don't know, 30 maybe. To me, she looks like 30 in this picture, maybe 25. And well, we don't know what year now is. Yeah, that could really screw us over because we don't know the year now. Maybe it's not 2025. Maybe it's like 2000. Then, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. So we don't really know who our mother is, I think. But we know that these two obviously are married. Okay, I think we have to leave it at that for now. Because I just don't know. I think there's missing info. We entered the office last episode, but there was actually a terminal in there, but I didn't use it because I was such in a hurry. So we still need to go into the office if we can. That's actually a lie, because that was written on a red note. So that's actually a lie. Yeah, here it says Bridget here. I think Bridget is probably one of the maids, no? I think so. Who else would go shopping? Yeah, here it says something about green memos, right? Or screen memos. I'm assuming it says green. But we haven't seen any green memos, and we also don't know where Hartley's room is. But it's good to know, I guess. Yes, now we're getting to the interesting part. So we figured out that where we have those two words differentiated from each other by one character, this one character, and we have that map later down somewhere. Here, we have that map here, and I think that these are all rooms, right? I know that in the entrance we have the face and the ace paintings, and they differentiate by F, so we have to put F here. And if we now draft rooms and we find pictures in them, we know that we have to put the letter that those two pictures differentiate in it. We have to put that letter into that cell. So I think I'm probably going to try go back to all the episodes, see where those rooms were drafted that we found those letters in, to then be able to put them here in this picture. And we have unused pairings. So there's letters that are unused. I guess we could write down, let's do that quickly. We know that this is a G, this is a T, this is a D, this is an R, and this is an N. So we know that these letters might be missing from the whatever we're writing here. Yeah, so maybe we can fill out a couple of those just by common sense here in whatever the message will be. And then we might be left with like one or two that we can't put in because those might be part of a password or something. D8. Oh yeah. This is definitely something I want to do as well if we get the breaker box next time, to try to solve this and see what happens. Okay, yeah, books will be available the next time you draft the library. So it's not, I thought, like, I was worried that maybe because we didn't pick it up immediately on the next day that we might lose the book, but that's actually good to know. So if we draft the library again, we can get that book that we ordered. Then we have that map that we still need to follow. Here, we know that there was a password probably imprinted on this tree, but the tree was cut down. So somewhere there's probably going to be a piece of tree, maybe as firewood or something, with a heart on it. And in that heart, there might be the code to this door. Wait, date packed by K. Thompson. So K. Thompson packed it? But K. Thompson is the scientist, no? Where was it? K. Thompson. Why is the package packed by Kimberly Thompson? She's the scientist. That makes no sense. Bunch of stuff we couldn't read. That was in the mailing room. So if we ever get the magnifying glasses, we have to go to the mailing room. The prince. He has no face though. I don't know why he has no face. And here we had a lot of these made pictures that I thought maybe they differentiate somehow from each other. Can't really see how they would do. Is there something in the back? That is a picture, a painting. There's a painting in the background. And it's purposefully invisible in these. It's best visible here, kind of. Okay, interesting. There's a picture in the background. Now here we come to the, this is really interesting. Let's spend some time trying to figure this out. The pump control panel. Let's get a closer look here. Water source selection. So this was probably the thing on the wall where I could select. Then there's 3 pumps. Pump tank switch. Oh no, there's 4 pumps. So you can get the water into the tanks and then you can probably, so some rooms, so for example, room 6 always puts water in tank 1, whereas room 4 always puts it in tank 2. Now 5 and 3 put it in 1, while 2 and 1 can put it in both. Okay, and we have the reserve tank. That probably gets a number as well, right? Probably reserve tank is on here and gets a number. So you can pull. Okay. I'm going to have to spend some time here experimenting next time when we get there. Let's look at this quickly. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. Herbie. Herbie stands for Herbert, probably. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life, probably. Yeah, the problem is that I didn't take pictures here while I was playing the game because I was in a rush. So I took the pictures after recording. But the problem is, of course, my face is in the recording, so I sometimes cut out a word or two. Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday, and I will make sure he gets no present for his birthday. So we know Herbie is mean. I know. Herbie threw away the airplane because the brother is mean. Today is it because I got my brother in trouble for reading? Oh, so Herbie is the one that tricked his brother into throwing. So Herbie had a journal. Herbie's brother read it and threw out the airplane. So Herbie, what I read from this, was already kind of like really making a plan of getting his brother into trouble. I don't need any presents, probably. Because I have my brother's book, because he won't stop writing. So we can also say that Herbert's brother is either much younger or can't write properly. I mean, they're young kids, so he's probably just younger. So Herbert is the older brother. About me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book, even though he is older. That's exactly what I said. He is something. What is this? What? Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college. Oh, this is much later. Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long, long time ago. Hopefully you find it as hilarious as I do. I honestly have no idea how we survived sharing a room. All things being said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I still would rather have had a sister. Congrats on the diploma and something. Yeah, this is just something I saw in their room. It just said Camp Colonel. Yeah, so I took a picture of that. Yeah, what I noticed in the editing session is that I actually found a broken lever in the pump room. What is it called? Not the gym. The room with the muscle pumping devices. So I found a broken lever there, and I know that we can use that somehow. So the antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. So we need to get to the greenhouse. I don't think there is enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives. So just make sure the west and east levers are operational. Oh, interesting. So there's west and east levers as well as the greenhouse levers. So we need to get the broken lever that I already found. We need to get it to the greenhouse. And then there's also a lever on the west and the east. Okay, I'm going to have to write that down. Okay. I don't know if it's possible with so little time left, but I need to remember to ask Annie if we can commission artwork for all the rooms of the house. Yeah, that is for that puzzle with the letters. We need them produced in sets of 2, yes. I'm likely delusional to think this can be pulled off by Thursday. It's so weird. It's almost as if he wanted to get this done by Thursday because he knew that we would arrive on Friday. But how did he know that we're coming? Or maybe this is weeks apart. That could also be. The Queen. So in the chapel, we have 7 windows with 7 angels on them. And this is 8. Queen. Or is that the king? It looks like the queen to me, to be honest. The king usually has like a cross on his head, right? This looks like the queen, so maybe 8 is queen. Green Angel. And that's it. I'm going to go through some of these recordings that I have to see if I can find more letters that we can place here. Because we definitely have found a couple of them. Let's see if we can find some more. Okay, so here we are in the pool area. And no, that's not a beer. That's a pint and paint. That was pint and paint. That's the pint, and here is paint. Pint, paint. That's an A. Now we just need to figure out where that room is quickly. Okay, that was the locker room here. Two under the ante-chamber. So we know this is an A. Pint, paint. Yeah, we know this is an A. Okay. First one done. If you've enjoyed the series so far, feel free to leave a like at the bottom. And if you don't want to miss any future episodes in the series, then make sure to subscribe and enable the bell. Take care. Okay, so here we have, that looks like a bat to me. Boat and bat. Boat has an O, whereas bat does not. The office is one on the left. Boat, bat, that's here. I thought there was one here. Yeah, exactly. Spine, pine, spine, pine, S. S. Yeah, I don't know what a kitchen was. Kitchen here. S. Wonderful S. Spine, pine. Perfect. Great. Wait, what is that? Oh. Chart. That's a chart. Crate. Wait, what? Crate. Chart. No way. So if you take away the T and you take away the R and the A and the C, box, crate, no? Yeah, here I'm not sure. Crate, chart, graph. I mean, this might have different names. I don't know what they're referring to here, but this is a box, a crate, a container, a shipment. I don't know. So that was in the dining room. So in the dining room, let's make a little star. Okay, now let's put a letter here. 1. And then we can put we can say 1 is crate chart, so that we can still refer back to it. Okay, there's definitely a picture in the in here. What is that? World? Globe? Globe? Oh, there was something that... Too slow. Cat. Cake. Tail. Lion. That is a cake, right? So this was in the observatory under the locker room. We're putting a 2 here. And we're saying 2 is lion, cake. I don't know what to call it, man. Okay, here we have a match. Or a light. And this is a tree. Tinder. Tinder match. Match. Fire. That's a tree, a pine. Tree. Fire. With, without. It's with one, but without the other. Fire. Burn. Match. Atch. Mat. Mach. Light. I don't know. To me, that's a match stick. 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 Tick. We are in the billiard room. That's pretty far down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 6. So here we'll write down matchstick, pine, like pine tree, Christmas tree. I don't know. Otherwise, we would have been out of steps around about. Okay, so plane, airplane, globe, plane. And we know on the other side was the globe. That's a plane, no? Fly, globe, earth, air, fair, globe, airplane, plane, play, art, cart, art. I mean, he was painting a globe, planet, planet plane, planet plane, planet play. Planet. That's so close though. No, wait, plane is written. Plane. Planet T. Ugh. Oh, God. Under the locker room. 2. Wait, that's incorrect. That was in the pantry. That's one lower. Damn it. Lucky I noticed that. That's actually 2. Planet. That's a T. Okay. Oh. Clock. Clock and lock. I know that there is usually a lock there. So clock and lock. That's a C. So we know that this is a C. I think it was here, right? Manor of the Dead. No, the pool is one to the left. Here, one to the left. Ah, yeah. Lucky I checked. Oh. Tie. No, wait. Clock, tie. Oh. No, I made a mistake. It was not the lock. Clock, lock. It was a tie. That stands for time. Tie. M. So this room is M. Dude, I'm so lucky that I saw this. This is M. Not C. Okay. Now here, chart, cart again. Come on, that's a cart. obviously that's a cart, no? Ah, cart, yeah. Yeah, see now. Cart, that's an H. Here it's an H. In this room, that's after the pantry. And the pantry was this, so this is an H. Let's run. So that to me still is a crate. Chart. Crate? Rate. Rate? Rate and crate, so it would be a C. Maybe the chart refers to a rate. It could be a C. Let's do onshore in like yellow or something. That could be a C. Not sure. Rate. I don't know. Maybe. I'm sorry that I can't look at any of this, but I don't have... Oh. Lamp. As a lamp, right? Lamp. I have to write it down. Lamp. It could be a torch. If it's English wording. Torch. Unlikely. Land. Lantern. Lantern. Or light. Light. No. Lantern. Land. Land. It's light. Flight. Flight. It's an F. In the study. F. That's an F. I wouldn't have thought that we would be able to do that many. So good. That could be a pudding or a dessert. It's almost one. It could be ending now. It could be ending now. I didn't see what it was. Is that a window? Almost one. It could be ending now. It could be ending. That looks like a window to me. It looks like one of these old glass windows where each thing of here would be a tile made out of glass. I don't know what they're called. Window? Ending now. Oh, that's that. Oh, I can see again. Ending now. It could be ending now. Oh, plane again. Plane, window, glass, airplane, flight, aviation, airplane, gate. If it would be a gate, a prison gate, it's not. I don't think it's window. Would be. What is that? What is this left part here? That looks like an old phone. Like what is it called? A phone handle? Phone? That's not a phone though. What is that? So we are in the bunk room 3 down. Okay. Here. Let's do 4. That's plane and window. Or something with phone. I don't know. What is this called? I don't know the name for this. A fan. It's called a fan. Which dessert is called like fan? I don't know desserts in English, man. Flan? Flan? Is that a word? Oh, yeah, okay. It could be a flan. Which is a fruit cake, apparently in English. Okay, let's insert L for flan. And this would probably be an L as well. Plain. Pain. Pain? So if we have plain and we take out the L, we have pain. Oh, that makes sense. A glass pane. That's why only one part of the window was... that makes perfect sense. So that's an L. That is likely an L. Small. We have 1 row out of 9 already. Holy sh... Nice. Loop around. Package delivered. Okay. So in the mailroom here we have a theater or a stage. Is that sage? That's sage, right? Is that how sage looks like? This is how sage looks like. I mean, stage, sage. It's too. Oh, it actually has this thing on top. That looks very much like that, though. Okay. I would say that's a T. Where's the mailroom? Here, under the pantry. Stage, it's a T. Oops. I'm pretty certain, actually. So then here we have this tie. Tie and pie, or tie. What is this? Here we have row and crow. Here we have row and crow. Where are we even? Damn, we're somewhere down here. I think this is the bedroom, right? Yeah, here. Row, crow, that's a C. 1, 2, 3 from the bottom. That's a C. And here we'll put a 5. And 5 is like... It's once again weird. It's like... it's like that cake again. With tie or something, I don't know. The ride through the stairs, stars. Okay. Stairs. I. So we have I in the den. That's here. No, that was wrong. I made a mistake again. 5 is here. I is here. C is here. No, wrong again. Damn it. Need to be careful with this. Holy crap. That's a C, that's a 5, that's an I. Okay. There's something here on the left. Okay, hallway. What's that, a pin? Pin and pine. Pin, pine, E. Yeah, E. Where are we though? At this puzzle, but we won't do it right now. We will do it when we run out of options. Okay, it's to the right of the... Here, pine, pin. That's an E. Bath, tub. Left unlocked, which is good. Bat. Bat, bath, H. Steps left as well. Is there any pictures in here even? And here we even get to redraw our floor. Oh yeah. Clock and lock. Clock. That's a C. That's a C here. Doesn't seem like there's any additional pictures in the dark room. It's on. It's on. It was never on before. Yeah, so these are where the rooms... Wait, let's look at this quickly again. Reservoir. Is that the reserve tank? Mountain. Mountain? So pool is clear. Yeah, okay, pool. We've not seen the greenhouse, but we know that there's a broken lever there. Kitchen, okay. I don't know exactly what to do with there. Maybe turn on the tap. Aquarium, we've not been there. We've seen the room many times. It says that the room counts as all colors. Reservoir could be the reservoir tank, or it's something else. It has a lot of water in it. Mountain. What time do we have? When is night? I thought it was midnight. Oh, why is it not? Okay, we have a chance to figure this out. Well, give me what is stuff? This picture there? What? Oh, this is a chef or a cook. Chef, cook. Why is it not? Why is the night not ending the day? How much time do we have? When is the night? I thought it. And this is. It could be a chef or a cook. I have to translate this stuff again. Chief. Yeah, okay, that's a chief. Okay. Chef. So it's an I. It's an I. Storeroom is at the top left. So chief. Oops. Chief chef, that's an I. So if.
Shall lapse.
That's a bride. That's a bridge. Bride on bridge. So it's a G. Ugh, okay. Beautiful G. Okay. We have a... What is it called for fishing? A rod. I don't have a blueprint anymore though. Oh no, it's not a rod. It's pray. Yeah, to pray and to pray. Oh, wait, what is it called? To pray open, no? No, wait. Pry. To pry open. To pray. So it's an A, okay. An A on the left side here, an A. Stars. Nice. So I'm kind of not looking. Stairs and stars. It's the I again. It's I again. Where are we though? Wait. Where are we? Too much. Oh, we went up. Ah, yeah. It's already confirmed that that's I. Okay. These things.
his bedroom to be able
Yeah, this is also confirmed E.
to exit there.
So it's always the same pictures in the same room. Okay. Makes perfect sense.
Is different than diamond. Tweak. The enclosed.
Why
5 apples,
is
5 bananas, 5 oranges.
why on this letter? Why is Bridget written in a different font? It's all lower caps, whereas the rest is capitalized. Every letter here, none of the letters. And it's actually not true. The end. Bridge. Wait, that's encoded. Bridge, TTE. See how everything is capitalized, but Bridge is not. Makes it look like Bridget is a name, but it's not. Bridge. That is a good thing. That's an encoded. So 50 steps should be more than enough. So I think an even spread would be ideal. So there's a bridge somewhere. It could be in the west path. Because you might also need steps.
Okay, we had special stuff.
Carts.
Okay, we had a rail track before. Outdoors. Maybe I should check the ceiling as well sometimes.
Cart. Cart. Wait, that's here now, no? Because I came here. Pantry always goes to the right. So this could be site, night, light, right. Anything still, really. So here we're gonna have something new. Show me the picture. Road, night.
Okay, road into nowhere, into the forest, I guess. To the dark forest.
Road and rod. Rod. Road, A. Yeah.
The glass.
That's
thing.
a pilot.
Looks like pilots again.
Yeah, that's a pilot.
The woman on the glass thing of those activities.
Pilot. Park. Plane. What is that? Pilot. Plot. Oh, is that a plot? Yeah, okay. Maybe plot and pilot. That would mean it would be an I. Where are we on the map, though? It's probably I. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, that's a mistake. That's the I.
Had so many gems.
Yeah. That's match. Or to light. Tree. Fire. A fur. Fire. A fur. Okay. So it's fire and fur. So fire. So it's actually an E. That's an E. That's good to know.
Base within.
I'm very sure that these chess pieces, the pawn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the pawns and all the knights and stuff, they are a puzzle as well, because in the study we have that chessboard and the queen is on d8. There's something about that, I don't yet exactly know what, because the chessboard doesn't match the layout of the house, right?
I think they've generated.
Deer. A deer? A D? That's a deer, no? So in German, we have lots of different words for deer. Not French. Ugh. Stag. Tag. Okay, stag. Yeah, perfect. So stag and tag. So this is a T. Affet. Affet. What the hell does that mean? So that's the flan again.
I guess it's called the nook because a nook is a corner like this, right? That's a nook, I guess, yeah.
Desert and dessert. And dessert with double S, right? Yeah, okay, so this is an S. Safe bet. Safe it? What? That doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
Have to cut them into multiple parts.
So this is the eye thing again. Yeah, we already know that this is the eye. Okay, that's definitely confirmed. We have a robe. What is that? What are those called? A coat. A mantle. Oat. What is that thing called that people lay on? Stretcher. It's called a stretcher. No, bench. That's not what I'm looking for, though. Cat. Cot. Cot. Cot doesn't mean anything, right? Cot. I don't think cot means anything. Oh, it could be a cot. It could totally be a cot. That's a cot. Coat, so that's A. Okay. I feel like I'm getting diminished returns by rewatching these older episodes and revisiting these rooms that we already have found the letters for here. So I do think from now on, we're just going to make sure that as we play the game normally in the next episodes, we'll just keep a lookout for these rooms that we do not have the letters yet, and we'll try to figure those out. I don't think it's very efficient for me to keep rewatching these old ones at this point because we already have a bunch of letters. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I think we got quite a bit of stuff done. So I'm looking forward for the next one. I hope you'll tag along. And until then, take care.